the Soup, presented by the new film Morning Glory. We hit the singles bar with Charlie Sheen.
Oops!
Share a tent with Oprah.
No, I'm only 18.
And get a spray tan for my big friggin' wedding.
That's crazy.
Plus, tribal warfare on Survivor. Judah Friedlander teaches Joel a lesson. And the kick-ass clip of the week.
Is anybody going to bed after this?
Now, here's the host who's checking in on Charlie Sheen for you, Joel McHale.
Welcome to the Soup. We are coming to you from New York City. Wow. Yeah. Autumn in New York. Can't beat it. Of course, no New York trip would be complete without some 10 a.m. cocktails with my gal pals.
Joe, welcome.
It's great to be here.
Don't even start with that.
What are you talking about?
We don't do
Well,
that.
you guys are number one now, right?
All right.
So,
Well, while we have a sip, let's watch one of these clips.
go ahead. That's great. Did you see the shot of you at the Super Bowl dancing after you stayed up all night?
She's an Emmy-winning Dateline reporter. Just be careful.
Was an Emmy-winning Dateline reporter.
Why do you continue to mock our show?
Have you seen your show? Yeah. After that, we went to Scores, then it was off to the Plaza, where I believe Kathy Lee and Hoda are still locked in a bathroom screaming. Speaking of, New York has seen its fair share of Charlie Sheen madness lately, but now he's home and the Sheen story continues to dominate the headlines. I mean, it's not like we had anything more important to distract us from the story, like electing a new Congress or anything. Anyway, while Radar Online was reporting on rumors Charlie was nearing death on a drug bender, Extra had the true story straight from the publicist's mouth.
Charlie's manager was so concerned he reportedly busted in on him at home. Sheen sitting on his couch eating a turkey sandwich saying, "Dude, you could have knocked."
Yeah, what if you had caught me in my PJs? Oh, that would have been embarrassing. For the record, though, naked and screaming at a barricaded porn star who just stole your watch? Yeah, that's totally cool. The Charlie Sheen story was everywhere this week, but no one had more exclusive footage than Harry Loves Lisa. Lisa had lunch with Denise Richards and the Insider host Lara Spencer, and the gloves were off.
I'm going to have lunch with my friends Denise and Lara.
Hi.
Hi. We're moms. We are in the business. We all go through kind of the same stuff, and we can just talk about it. So funny. We all met on Twitter. Kid you not. WTF. I mean...
Can I give you something to drink?
Flat water.
Flat water?
We're so wild. Yeah, I don't need a DUI on my way. Yeah, enough of that in your family, all right?
It might be helpful.
Oh, I don't know, Denise. Get hammered, threaten a porn star, you might wind up with a hit show. WTF. In other Charlie Sheen news, Charlie has filed for divorce from third wife Brooke Mueller. But things are going so well. Charlie petitioned for no spousal support. Hotel trashing rampage, hookers, porn stars, leaving the mother of your children penniless and alone. That's just Charlie being Charlie. He's adorable. In other celebrity relationship news, former Bachelor Jake Pavelka showed off his new girlfriend this week at a Dancing with the Stars party, saying they love to travel and, quote, "We're going to flip a coin in the morning. It's either going to be Hawaii, Australia, Bali, or Bangkok." First of all, that's some coin. Helping you decide between 4 different places. And second, you might want to hang on to those coins, buddy. In political news, Wasilla, Alaska mayoral candidate Levi Johnston says he finally has found a platform after Sarah Palin called him out on The View for not having one. Levi said it's a pretty sweet platform and that he made it out of a bunch of crates he keeps his dip in. The big political story this week was the midterm elections, and Good Day LA's Gina Silva went on a commuter rail to get the indifferent truth.
Well, thank you for talking to us. He's taking a nap, so... Are you really taking a nap, sir? Okay, I'll leave him alone. All right, come on over here. Good morning, sir. Could we talk to you? No? No? Okay, no. He's giving me the look. No. Hi. You're live on Good Day LA. So tell me a little bit about who are you going for, Meg Whitman or Jerry Brown?
I don't really know. I think
Meg Whitman? Tell me why.
I don't know. I just like her.
You like her better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to go out and vote?
No, I'm only 18.
Oh, okay. Well, you better go out and vote when you get of age, okay? All right. Anybody over here want to talk to us live?
Tune in next week when Gina uncovers why everyone age 18 has been voting all of these years. Because that's the age everyone is legally able to do so. If the collective IQ on that bus drops below 55, it will explode. Boom. In Bieber book news, Justin Bieber temporarily shut down a Barnes & Noble bookstore when more than 1,000 people showed up at a promotional event for his autobiography. To recap, a bookstore wasn't prepared for teen literacy. In movie news, 2 of Michael Jackson's children insist that some of the songs on the soon-to-be-released Michael Jackson album are frauds recorded by a sound-alike. Ironically, the songs were recorded by Tupac Shakur. How weird. Let's talk about chicks, man.
Chicks, man.
Singer Taylor Swift has teamed up with Elizabeth Arden to release her own perfume, saying, quote, "I have always loved how fragrance can shape a memory the way certain scents remind you of events and people that are imprinted in your thoughts." You couldn't interrupt her on that one, Kanye? Dang. Cher opened up about former daughter, now son, Chaz Bono's recent sex change, telling Vanity Fair, quote, "She's a very smart girl. Boy, this is where I get into trouble. I still don't remember to call her him." In response, Chaz Bono said, quote, "Oh, that's okay. She's a great corpse. Living human being. Her face is so tight, I forget she's still alive." Extra is called extra. Oh, wow, thanks, New York. Extra is called extra because they give you extra. But they also have extras on Extra, and if you watch them walk behind Mario Lopez, you'll see that they are extra-y. Don't focus on Mario. Go ahead, I know it's hard.
The last time Barbara Walters interviewed Ricky Martin, she pressed him to admit that he was gay. She later called it one of her biggest regrets ever. AJ's in New York now.
No, go now. Okay. Damn it. I'm a horrible anonymous passerby-er. Can't remember which hand they told me to put my coffee in. Let's have some chats, too.
So meaty.
In honor of the midterm elections, Wendy Williams took some time off from talking about yeast infections and calling Pam Anderson roadkill to talk about politics, Wendy style.
Speaking of the prez, according to AOL.com, this woman who lives in Michigan recently wrote the president about her financial situation and her medical struggles. And the president, did you know this, regularly reads 10 letters a day from John Q. You knew that lady in the front row with the rubber pants?
I know rubber pants sound weird, but Wendy's audience warm-up consists of crushing watermelons between her boobs. Sprays everywhere. 2020 took us on a journey into teen heroin addiction, and the really difficult part for Chris Cuomo was waiting for some illiterate teen to finish a sentence.
Dylan's way of dealing with the normal anxieties of being a teenager was to do drugs.
I started hanging out with the kids who were, how do I say this?
Into drugs.
Into drugs, yes.
Hey, dude, while you were nodding off, I've got a deadline and 3 more teens to interview before they OD. Now get on the ball, or your shot to be on glamorous, sparkling television is gone, a-hole. On issue on Jane Velez Mitchell, the issue is Spidey. I did not realize that they were an issue any longer, but nonetheless, Jane has some strong feelings about him.
Do you consider yourself, I'm an obnoxious person?
When I look in the mirror in the morning, I actually think about how amazing I am.
Yeah, amazing. How about amazingly dumb?
Bam! Snap! You got him, JVM. Wow! Way to go. Now he's gonna go away. Headline news. All right. Oprah and Gayle went camping in Yosemite, opting to rough it with only themselves, a brand new truck, a 30-foot tent, and a deluxe extendable luxury camper to protect themselves against nature. They also brought booze, and Oprah showed Gayle how to perfect the perfect Moscow mule.
See how little juice you're getting out of that?
I'm getting a lot.
Yeah, see, that's not enough juice out of there. Wow, it just looks so gross.
Later, she did that to a possum. I watched the light go out of its eyes. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for Ice Road Trucker Talk, an extra sassy what not to wear, the premiere of my big friggin' wedding, and see who is having a glorious week this week. Brought to you by the new film Morning Glory.
Welcome back. Just a little programming reminder. This Monday night, check out our all-new Soup Presents Drunk and Disorderly. And on Monday, November 15th, it's the Soup Presents Smackdowns Part 2.
Did I hear someone say Smackdown?
Hey! The world champion, Judah Friedlander, star of 30 Rock, and author of How to Beat Up Anybody. What are you doing here?
You're in New York. You're in my town. Do you want to learn how to administer a karate smackdown from the world champion?
Okay. How do you administer a smackdown?
There are two things it takes to properly beat someone up. The first is intimidation, best administered with an icy cold stare. Yeah. Do you feel my icy cold stare?
You are looking at me.
Yes, I am. I'm looking at you peripherally. Oh. Very important in karate.
Awesome. What's the second thing?
The second thing is...
Ow!
I just punched you. You see? Attack first. Something I teach called self-offense. You did not just hit me. You hit an optical illusion of me. I'm actually over there. Nope, now I move back here. You really need to buy my book, man, okay? Your speed is slow, you need to get better at karate. And if you read my book, you will know how to beat up anybody, even if the person you're fighting has also read the book. It's that good.
Wow.
Look, I gotta run, I gotta go teach karate to cops, but first I just wanna say, it's reality show clip time!
Barely made it off. And with that, he was almost gone, and he'll return those glasses to Evel Knievel. The tribes have merged on Survivor Nicaragua, and there's enough room for everyone at camp thanks to the booting of several contestants, as well as Jimmy Johnson and his tectonic plate size extends enhanced penis. The remaining contestants celebrate with a feast, and for Nyanka, whatever, elimination came early.
When we finally opened the treasure chest, that food was yummy to my tummy. The salami, I think it just dissolved in my mouth. It was so good, like my booty. I even snuck some nuts and put it in my bra. I was getting it all, honey, all of it. I probably still got the peanuts in my pocket.
That's a good way to attack someone, too.
Nyanka, are you sure they're in your pocket, or are they embedded in everything else you're putting into your underwear right now? My big friggin' wedding follows 5 couples and their often illegitimate children as they plan their weddings Jersey style in New Jersey and parts of New York. Matt and Amanda have a really cute story about how they met.
We met through, a mutual acquaintance. She was dating, and he happened to get caught up in some things. They wound up going to jail for a little while. And while he was in prison, I basically came along and bagged her up. And then, we wound up where we are.
Yeah, who knows? If an anonymous source that sounded suspiciously like me hadn't tipped off the cops, then it might be you two's getting married and not us. So good thinking on my part. He's not gonna see this, is he? I got a sweet t-shirt. Alyssa isn't sure if she's ready for marriage, but fortunately her mom and stepdad are there to serve as role models.
I'm up on the seat with my legs spread. I'm like dancing on the floor, and he's got ball hair sticking out the side. Mom and Marcus were in the corner doing this.
No.
Yeah.
No. A lot of times, people think Alyssa and I are sisters, and believe me, we party like we're sisters.
Mom, shut your mouth. What are you supposed to yelling at me?
My daughter and my son-in-law are having fun. Period.
Oops. Oops, baptized myself. Seriously, this is how we baptize babies in a family. Alyssa, get that little bastard child of yours over here so I can baptize it. What are we doing? On IRT Deadliest Roads, the truckers drove through treacherous roads in the Himalayas because the History Channel isn't going to be happy until they're all dead. Trucker Dave is having some problems with rocks and with his guide.
You know, if this part isn't bad, we nicked the corner. You know, you could have either been shoved off the road or panicked and, you know, yanked it to the left and drove off. You could put some more paint on this truck, but you won't be able to put me back together.
Valentine, I have no idea. I come, you come.
You need to work on your communication skills.
I'm not so concerned about the communication as I am about the fact that nobody has their hands on the steering wheel. Nah, Mindy Cohn of The Facts of Life launched her big comeback this week on what not to wear. Hosts Clinton and Stacey wanted her to describe the character she played and her body type for herself.
I was like, okay, what does that mean? Like, I absolutely had no clue.
Wow. So that changed your whole life.
It did.
Now, on The Facts of Life, you had Joe, who was the tomboy, and Tootie, who was kind of sassy, and you had Blair, who was, you know, the pretty one. How would you describe Natalie's character?
I'll give you a hint. It starts with an F. Later, the host seemed to have no problem describing Mindy behind her back.
Well, Mindy can certainly talk the rules, but boy, she cannot walk them. When did we recommend a boat neck tunic and a skinny jean?
Skinny jean. I don't know where that came from. A skinny jean we certainly did not mention.
I mean, I recommended parachute pants made out of actual parachutes. Actually, she should only wear muumuus and never leave the house. We are going to make her sorry she ever came back on TV. We'll be right back.
Who's having a glorious week this week? It's the crew of the always prepared San Diego Local News Channel 10.
Good morning. It's 11 o'clock. We're glad you're with us. I'm Steve Fiorina. This is
Wednesday, the 12th of September. And I'm Lisa Lake. And a documented immigrant is pushing for U.S. immigration reform at the San Ysidro border crossing.
I'm sorry?
This glorious moment is brought to you by the new movie Morning Glory, in theaters Wednesday, November 10th.
I still have standards, unfortunately for you.
Suppose I don't have standards?
Sure you do. When you got your pap smear on air, you wore a silk robe.
This film is rated PG-13. Hold on for trash talk on Gossip Girl. Let's take some E! And the kick-ass clip of the week.
You know, they have very good soup here.
To New York. On Gossip Girl, Blair and Chuck drew up a treaty to end their all-out war, but there is way too much hatred to keep the peace for long.
I hate you.
I've never hated anyone more.
Every nerve ending in my body is electrified by hatred.
There's a fiery pit of hate burning inside me, ready to explode.
So it settled it.
We're settled.
I hate you so much. My mind is playing Euro techno pop and making my video skip. If I hated you anymore, we'd be in a Kylie Minogue video. Actually, we might be. You've got to be kidding me. This Jeopardy contestant had a personal story that I think the statute of limitations had finally run out on.
Ann McFadden, the celebrity with a slight connection to you, is a famous basketball player.
Yes, Larry Bird. He slept in my childhood bed, actually.
Where'd the other 4'9" of him spend the night? Let's take some E. The third season of Kendra begins this Sunday, plan accordingly, with Hank Baskett's 5-minute-long return to the Philadelphia Eagles. Kendra and family find themselves settling in nicely to their posh rental apartment in Philly.
The 2 Liberty place is very upscale.
This place has high society, you know, very prim and proper.
And everybody's always dressed up. It's just so formal.
You know, it's a little fancy.
Hey, get all those clothes and go have a drink with me and Hank.
Oh, no, Kendra's a bad influence on me.
Hank and I were parents, we're grown-ass people, we're people that love people. I'm pretty sure that Hank and I will fit right in.
Oh, Hank. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that must be the cervix elevator. They're grown-ass people. Come on. Which brings us to our clip of the week. Avatar took shorter to film than that. On The Real Housewives of Atlanta, the talk turned to sex, and then the sex turned to their talking about their vajayjays, and then the vajayjay talk got really weird.
I told you about the sugar?
Yeah.
Oh, sugar. It works. You wet your finger, you stick it in the sugar, and then you put the sugar in your vajayjay, and it makes the vajayjay sticky.
But the powdered sugar really like turns into really sweet syrupy.
Yeah, and
so it's delicious.
Oh, you tried it.
Yeah, I know the trick you talking about.
Listen, I would never put Kool-Aid, candy yams, a peppermint candy, pancake syrup, you know, none of those things in my vajayjay. That's crazy.
I would never put a whole pineapple, a bowl of chili, a French press of coffee, a live octopus, a player piano, or the District of Columbia in my vajayjay. But I would put them on my butt. See you next week.